Hola, ¿cómo estás? Today, we are going to be learning California counties. Now, I'm an expert, obviously, so I'm going to get 100%, but this is a learning experience for all of you. So, first of all, Modoc. Very easy one, as you can see. Um, how do we get one of those first? Okay, Modoc is northeast. You got to remember that. All right. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of a rough start because Mariposa I mixed up with like about five other counties. Now, it could be here. Could be here. This could also be Alameda. I'm pretty sure this is Alameda, but it could also be Oh no, Mariposa. It's Calaveras, but it has less sharp edges. Perfect. We're on fire already. So last another one I always get wrong. Not the best start, guys. So this is interesting. It's probably going to be either in this blob or it's here. Okay, so where to go? We're the best to ever do it. And this is that. So you gotta understand this line. Right here, where I'm hovering over right now, Sierra, then Nevada, then Placer, then El Dorado, aka El Dorito, and then everybody I always forget that one. And then Calaveras, and then Tuolumne, that's not how you pronounce it. And then Mariposa, and then I'm forgetting this one, and then Fresno, and then Tulare, and then Kern, and then LA. And that's how you go from the greatest ski destination on the planet to the worst city on the planet. Okay, so Sierra. And then Glenn, this is Nebraska, right here. It's literally just Nebraska, let's be honest. Marin, North San Francisco, easy. I'm pretty sure it's over here. Now, this I know is Humboldt. This I'm not sure of, so I'm gonna go with this. Oh, Mendocino. I already guessed that before. Man, this is tough. Man, man. What means it's here? Oh, that's Tahama. Okay, all right. That's Trinity. That's Shasta. That's Siskiyou. That's Del Norte. Like, see, I remember all the important ones. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So obviously I'm forgetting it because the best way to remember is that's under Nebraska, but referencing another thing to remember. I mean, that's just messed up, you know. Now Santa Cruz, easy to remember. It's the north half of the Monterey Bay, and then San Bernardino, probably top three worst counties in California. I mean, who cares about San Bernardino? Kind of sounds like Bombardiro, Bombardiro Crocodilo, but San Francisco. That's pretty obvious. San Joaquin. Okay, so remember, this is Sacramento, the one I'm hovering over right now, right? It don't mix that up with San Joaquin. Also, these both have tails, don't mix them up. This is YOLO. This one is Sacramento, and this one under Sacramento is San Joaquin. See? I'm kind of the best. Now Shasta. You just remember you gotta remember it because of the Shasta Trinity National Forest where Mount Shasta is. It's just like this area. And Shasta is the one that's not vertical. So this is Trinity. It's just how you gotta remember that, honestly. Now Santa Clara, that's pretty easy. Silicon Valley right here. It kind of extends more south than some might think. Some might think this is Santa Clara because this is pretty close and contains some Silicon Valley. Looks like this actually eats up the coastline, but this is actually San Mateo County. But you gotta remember it's this one just south of the bay. And then Merced, this is like the lesser Fresno, so it's just north of Fresno, kinda. Except unless you got this, it's just north of Fresno County, but I don't remember what that is anyways. I always forget. It's a pretty forgettable county, I'm sure. Now Yellow, as we talked about earlier, it's the one with the tail that's next to Sacramento. Now San Diego, easy one. I think everyone knows where San Diego is. And then Slow is the bottom half of Monterey, and Monterey is the top half of Slow. So Slow is SLO, San Luis Obispo. So this is Monterey, obviously the south half of the Monterey Bay, and just below it, San Luis Obispo. And then Kern, and then we got Calaveras. Now remember this, Mariposa is the less sharp Calaveras. That's Calaveras. Now Mendocino, I keep guessing this and getting it wrong. That's right there. Imperial, bottom right, completely negligible county, and they get the CU, whatever the fuck. It's part of my language. Part of my language, but no one cares about that county, and everybody knows it. Solano. Okay, this one, so this is the Oakland situation. The bottom, I'm 55.3% sure that this is Alameda. Then the center is easy. It's called Centra Costa. I mean, literally has center in the name. And then the north part is Solano. Now, the reason I call these the Oakland Triple is because Oakland is one of these, and I can never remember whether it's this one, Alameda, which I'm pretty sure it is, or Central Coast. I mean, maybe Berkeley's in Central Coast. Who the fuck knows? Solano. Then Central Coast, perfect. And then Butte, this is where Chico is. CSU Chico. So it's right up here. Kind of has a funny looking shape, makes it a little more distinct. And then Kings County, right here. This is like the missing portion of Tulare. And then Placer. So remember, Sierra Nevada, Placer. Siskiyou up here, that's the major north one. You can remember because this is Del Norte. It's a very distinct name. You know, it has north in the name. It's the top left. And then this one's just kind of a funny name that I already forgot. Anyways, Riverside, another top 3 worst county, California. I think it's LA, Riverside, and Bernardino for that title. And then Alameda. Okay, this is what I was talking about earlier. Yes, okay, I was right. And then Del Norte, farthest north. And you can see how it's the state's kind of on a rotational. So that is the northern point. So that makes sense. Now, Plumas has a funny shape. That's, I'm pretty sure the way to remember it. Yeah, it's right here. It's kind of just the funny shape going to the north. And then Santa Barbara, another easy one. Everyone should know where Santa Barbara is. If you don't, I don't know what you're doing. Sierra Nevada, see, another one in the line. And then Fresno, the big funny looking one in the center. Well, that's not really the center, but whatever. And like I mentioned, San Mateo, it's just the real San Francisco County, you know, outside of the city. And then so Inyo is the big one here, and then the top half is Mono. You know, Inyo and Mono. And then Sutter, it's like this one, which is Lake, except it's smaller. So I call it Lake 2.0. Now, Orange County, that's where the better half of LA is Anaheim. Then Tehama, we accidentally guessed this earlier. That would be right here. And then I don't really have a way to remember that other than under Shasta, if I'm being honest. Then Ventura, to the right of Santa Barbara, to the left of LA. It's just no funky spot. There's a lot of agriculture. Yeah. Sacramento, the one with the tail, as mentioned, it should be pretty easy to memorize. I mean, it's kind of distinct, and it has a major city, aka the capital of California, in it. And then Napa. Yeah, this is another easy one. So just north of San Francisco, obviously you have Marin, but then you have Napa and Sonoma. So Sonoma is the bigger one, the first one to come, and then to the right of it is Napa. Now Mono, top half of Inyo, as mentioned earlier. Oh, Stanislaus, yes. Oh wait, no, this isn't even Stanislaus. That's how negligible, like this one's Stanislaus. But I was about to make a point of just how negligible, as I mentioned earlier, this county was. But this is Stanislaus, which is also pretty negligible. Alpine's a little blob next to the line. And then Lake is mentioned. And then Amador. Oh, nope, that's Madera. Okay. There we go. So Madera is the most negligible county ever because I forget so easily. That's what we're gonna come to the conclusion of. Tulare, as I mentioned earlier, with Kings County being like the missing part of it. Tulalumone is how I pronounce this one. No idea how to actually pronounce it. Not planning on learning. Trinity, left half of Shasta. And then Yuba, the Little Dipper. That's a pretty easy one to remember. There you go. Los Angeles, another pretty easy one. I mean, as the islands over there, whatever. San Benito. This is just like the weird county that is just like south of San Francisco, but isn't as memorable as Santa Clara, Santa Cruz, San Mateo, or Monterey. And then El Dorado is El Dorito, Sierra Nevada Placer, El Dorado, and then the missing one that we learned earlier, Calaveras, Tulalumone, and Mariposa. I think this is that one. Anyways, yeah, El Dorito. And then Madera is, oh, is this Madera? Yeah, pretty forgettable. Sonoma, the bigger ones in the north of Marin. And Monterey, the top half of Slow, bottom half of the Monterey Bay up here. Pretty easy to remember. So 92% under 10 minutes, and I started recording like a minute into the timer starting, so not so bad. But, you know, can always do better. I hope you guys memorized from this video all of the counties. You better have, because I'm not doing this video ever again. Anyways, comment what state I should do next. Wyoming's a pretty easy one. And if this video gets 1,715 likes, I will upload another video like this.